Hi, Zubair here. This is for 3.23 Affliction preparation. I'm not going through the patch notes because I do think there is no point in doing so. The patch notes do tell you some things about what is going to happen in the coming Affliction League, but it's not telling you enough. And I would say that it's probably better to look at the league and think of it this way. You pick a good ascendancy league starter, and generally you can adjust and pivot to whatever skill or build you feel that it's appropriate, as long as you start with something decent. I think it's very hard to tell right now what is going to be meta and what's going to be strong because we don't know the full extent of changes, right? We know some changes. We know that they've taken away some amount of power in terms of damage from Helm enchantments and from stuff like alternate quality gems. But those things only really affected you as you was trying to scale your build in week 2 and end of week 1 and week 2 and start of week 2. So for that purposes, it is actually a bit kind of pointless to say, okay, this build is strong, that build is weak. I think it's more important to say, what are the ascendancy classes that you think are going to be relatively strong, that can scale pretty well in the first week, that can get you the watchstones you need, to help you farm the content you want, and then do the things you want to do and accumulate currency quickly, right? And for me, I would definitely say it's either going to be like, if you ask me what is a strong league starter, I'm going to say it's going to either be somewhere on the top left side of the 3, which is a Templar, or bottom right side of the 3, which is Ranger, right? And these two like subtypes are like extremely strong for different reasons. But I would say that if it comes to damage potential, top left side of the tree is better. Templar is better for damage potential. But if you talk about in terms of survivability, I would say Pathfinder, bottom right side of the tree is better. Well, Deadeye has good damage potential for sure, but in terms of like raw defenses, if you want to go bottom right, I think Pathfinder is just literally one of the best ascendancies you can start with at the moment. Out of the two, if you ask me what I would start on the top left side, it's almost always going to be Guardian. I think the Guardian League start has one of the simplest and most straightforward gearing and leveling mechanics in the form of Center of Radiance, and you don't really need to think too much about it, to be honest. You will cruise through acts relatively easily. You only need pretty much one item or 2 items. You can get by with rares, but I will tell you those 1 or 2 items I will get. And then when you go to maps, you merely can start farming it pretty easily. The only investments you really have to put into your gear is, at the very least, it's going to be a 5-link, potentially a 6-link. It can be anything, any 6-link, as long as you get the sockets for it, or the colors you want, and 2 sets of large luster jewels, and 4 sets of medium, and that's pretty much all you need for Guardian, right? And you should be able to clear all the way to T12s pretty easily, pretty straightforward. And you will need probably a replica Siegebreaker to break into T13s, and then to go into T16s and to farm it optimally. That's when you have to put in at least 1 or 2 divines. But once you've done that, you should have all your watchstones, you should have everything you need, and it's just a matter of how you want to scale to the very late game, whether you want to continue as Guardian or you want to move to something else like Inquisitor. So that is if I would at least start at the top left hand side of the tree, which is Templar. If I would at least start something like a Pathfinder, it's going to just be heavily focused on stuff like defenses, and then focus on stuff that scales damage pretty easily, quickly, like I would say Caustic Arrow and Toxic Rain. I would actually think of doing Caustic Arrow with Mana Forge, and then like a 6-link on Toxic Rain. You use a 4-link gloves for Val Caress. You get Val Caustic Arrow, you put it there with Arrow Nova. If you can get a Awakened Arrow Nova, which is generally pretty cheap by end of week 1, go for that. You can go for stuff like Mana Forge, go for stuff like some other DOT, like maybe Void Manipulation, Awakened Void Manipulation, for example. And then with a 6-link on your chest for like Toxic Rain, you should be able to deal like pretty decent clear damage, AoE damage. Then you have a Caustic Arrow do your pretty much your clear, essentially. So stuff like that. I don't want to do bottom right. I've done I've done a Deadeye League starter in 3.21, a Pathfinder League starter in 3.22, and I definitely don't want to do bottom right side of the tree anymore. It's not so much so that it is not a strong league starter. It's more of that I made a mistake last league. I league started the same, almost the exact same thing, and got bored out of my mind. All right, I'm not gonna do that this league. So I want to switch things up, try something different. So I'm gonna do Guardian, and although I did Guardian for the events, I didn't really get a chance to scale it well or scale it properly because events are really short. So it makes more sense that you know, I actually spend more time thinking about how I want to scale Guardian and to take that build to the end game. That being said, let's talk about Guardian and what it will entail for a league start. I do know this is the 3.223 you know, passive tree, but it doesn't really matter too much. So I'm just going to start this way. First and foremost, you're going to start Templar, and you're going to path like this. All right. Oh, no, sorry. Here. This is generally the tree you're going to make, right? And this is just level 12. You can path here as well, and then get this. You go for convocation, and this you get minion area of effect. So I'll put you at level 19. Start pathing here. You can go here as well. This is not too bad. These are pretty good points. 25. Up here. Okay, so at this point, what you would generally try to snipe early, because it's pretty cheap, Red Covenant. Now with the Red Covenant trial circlet, you will be using SRS. Hopefully you can get this 4-linked. And what you're going to put in the 4-link is pretty straightforward. Summon Raging Spirits. Probably level 10, I think. What's the requirement? No. Okay, this. Actually, no, let me see the tree. It's not here. So you want to go up here, get minion instability. Alright, that sounds about right. No, you won't go here. Okay. I think this is just pretty much about right. So level 31's where generally you would expect to be. Or 30. Yeah, this is pretty much enough. Alright. So what you do is the items you get is Mark of the Red Covenant. Right? So you have Summon Raging Spirit. You have Infernal Legion, I guess. Minion life. Okay, and then let me think. Night Prolif. No, you can't. You can't run Night Prolif yet. You can. It's later on. So, combustion, I think. Oh my god. Yeah, that's just pretty much about right. You can level up these gems a bit. But generally, these 4 is all you need. So Summon Raging Spirit, Infernal Legion, and Minion Life and Combustion. You're going to be using a pops on your minion instability to create ignites. So that's 1. That's how generally you're going to scale damage. Then you're going to immediately go for lab. The first lab is the most important. So you're going to get Guardian. And then you're going to do this. So with Radiant Crusade and SRS, you're going to pretty much have all the damage you need. All right, let me just show you. For DPS. All right, Sentinel Radiance. No, Burning Aura. Full DPS. Dear God, literally all your damage is coming from all your damage. Yeah, almost all your damage is coming from this guy. Anyway, combustion helps to reduce what's it called? Fire resistance, so that's cool. What's the other thing called again? A shield, 700 chaos. Okay, Chalice of Horrors, War Buckler. And then you add in flammability, I assume. Sounds good about. Is level, yep, enough, okay. Unbound. Yamans. Okay, these two are all you need. Alright, and then malevolence. Good God, this mic. It's not working. Okay, malevolence. Don't worry, you'll get decks from elsewhere. So, generosity. Okay, level 1, unfortunately, and divine blessing. $31, yep. Let's just add one more level. Okay, 31. Okay. So this will generally be how you're going to scale damage all the way to maps. You're not really need to do anything. Level 31, you have this amount of DPS. It's really all you need to like clear Axe. Right, you have a convocation. The rest of your, like, you only need these two things. The rest of your gear is going to be just rares. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so and then how your pathing is going to look like is you're eventually going to go here. You're going to go with a large cluster jewel, and then you go here. Okay, and then you get another large cluster jewel here, and then if you need dex or strength, you path here. And then once you maxed out the cluster jewels, you start getting stuff like reservation efficiency, life, and yeah, this minion damage node here is pretty nice. Yeah, so that's pretty much all you're gonna do. The large cluster jewels you want to go for are, oh wait, cluster. Okay. Added passives. 8 minion damage. All you care about is, I think, this is actually not too bad, but yeah, feasting fiends, and what's the other one again? I believe it's a suffix, right? Okay. Call the slaughter. Yep. Okay, and then medium cluster, going for 5 or 6 added passives. Let's just put 5 for an example. Increased effect, and this is actually all you need. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Wait, what is it? Area damage? What is this? Hold up. Ask for minion damage. A minion life. Okay. Safe. Alright. Okay. $65. And with that, pretty much ready to go into maps. Right, 300 DPS per second is pretty nice. Of course, at that point, your Raging Spirits will be probably like 17, I think. Yeah, or 18. Probably 17. Let's just put 17, everything. Hopefully a 5 linked. So, Ignite Proliferation, I believe. So that would be, and then hopefully you also get a Tavukai. Tavukai, ideally you want wait, what? Where's the chaos resistance? Oh, never mind, forget. Never mind, that's fine. So hopefully you get a Tavukai by then. Your Raging Spirits are gonna do pretty okay damage, not too bad. And then the rest of the damage is pretty much your Sentinel Radiant. You should be able to scale damage pretty well, just like this, pretty cheaply. So this would be my league start. Eventually I'll look at stuff like animate weapon. If I can get an animate weapon with the bow skills, I would just use blade for animate weapon, and then scale using that, so flesh crafter, etc. If not, it will be this chains of command. It will be chains of command build. I will probably get a Rakiata's Dance on my animate weapon, and then run a Eye of Malice. Yep. But yeah, as you can tell, this build does pretty much map, like you can get the maps literally without doing any lab other than your first lab. After this, I'm just gonna do this, right? I'm gonna get Radiant Crusade and I'm gonna get Bastion of Hope. And if I'm not going a minion hit build, I'm just gonna skip the rest of the labs. I don't need the rest of the labs at all. So I just need 2 labs, and then I can always transition to like an Inquisitor or Hierophant if I need to. If I do want to commit to a hit-based Guardian, I go this and then this. But otherwise, it's just pretty much all you need to get in the maps, and all you need to push into tier 10 maps. Yeah, so as you can see, it's pretty easy to like scale Guardian damage to progress pretty fast without actually a lot of time. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys this helped you guys. I am gonna just relax all the way to league start, and then I will have fun during league start. Alright, see you guys. Bye.